What's good, fam? It's Mr. Kelly with Good to the Hood, talking about anything and everything that impacts the culture. And before I get into it, actually, if you haven't already, do me a favor, please, and hit that subscribe button. And if you so desire, hit that bell so you know when I'm posting. Okay, but today, and that's all I'm going to ask on that. Today, I was going, I was cleaning up my office, and I came across some spirals, which just to show you right here, a whole bunch of them. And there's notes in there and poems that I wrote, and I used to journal quite a bit, and that's like 12, 15 years worth, easy, worth of personal data that I have gotten myself, I guess, or whatever, obtained for myself. And in doing so, I kind of realized a resounding theme. You can kind of see some of the stages of life that you were in at that time and how it compares to now. So I comprised out of that a list of 20 in no particular order, 20 things that I hope encourage you, 20 things that got me through, and 20 things that I hope help you, encourage you, motivate you. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Number one, and what I just noticed here is these are not numbered, and I find that if I'm going to do this, I probably should have these numbered, right? Okay, so number one, self-esteem. Everybody always says focus on your self-esteem. The key word on focus on your self-esteem, the key word in that little phrase or sentence, self. Self. You have to focus on you. I know that sounds selfish, and some people can take it to that level, but if you are not in a good space, if you are no good in the way you feel and the way you move and the way you think, you're not going to be of any benefit to anyone else, including yourself. So realize that self-esteem first starts with self. Number two, you got to work with what you have. This kind of goes into the self-esteem piece. Is, yeah, sure, life could be, in theory, right, could be easier if you had more money, if you had a better job, if you had more support, if you had nicer people or better friends in your life, that kind of thing, right? But that's not always the case. So don't let that be an obstacle that you can't get through. Work with what you have. Do the best with what you have until you get to that next level. Number three, discipline and consistency. As you're implementing those first two, the self-esteem and working with what you have, you gotta have self-discipline. There's that word again, self, right? Self-discipline and consistency. Because if you're a hard worker and you're really doing the best you can and have the great attitude on Monday, but then on Tuesday you're complete polar opposite, in the long term, long run, it does you no good. So you gotta be consistent, and you have to have the self-discipline. And the self-discipline, and I've said this to a number of people, I may have even said this in some other past videos, self-discipline, you gotta have something that motivates you. What pushes you? What are you doing it for? How are you gonna get to the next level? And money can't be it. And I know in the culture, we're all about, getting the bag and doing all of that, and I get it because I'm a hard worker and I do that as well. But that can't be the only reason, because I've known a number of people in my life, and I'm sure you have too, individuals that have made good money. And they eventually get to a point where they're like, look, you can't pay me enough to do this job, right? And then they end up quitting. And we're sitting back here and we're like, whoa, you just quit that job, right? So, where yourself, to kind of help push you with that self-discipline, I encourage you to pick something other than money to motivate you, right? Do it for yourself, do it for your spouse, do it to make your mama proud, make your daddy proud, take care of your children, take care of your mama, that kind of thing, because when things really get rough, that is going to push you further and give you that little bit that you need to get to the next level, more so than money, right? In the beginning, money may be nice, but after you're making good money for a long period of time, what's your work-life balance? What's the quality like, right? So discipline and consistency is number three. Kind of goes along with what I just said with number four. Number four is don't just aspire to make a living, aspire to live. Aspire to live, people. Took me a long time to figure that one out. Aspire to live. As we're always chasing the bag and getting the racks and getting the money. Live life. Slow it down. Have that quality of life. Maybe that just entails that you just sit in the backyard drinking some sweet tea, reading a book. Maybe that's just zoning out, listening to some jazz. Maybe it's just hanging out with friends, going for a walk, walking your dog. But live life. All that working and getting the bag and all that, go on a trip, right? Go take your friends out to dinner. Maybe you're doing better than them. It's about experiences. Maybe they can't afford to go to the fancy steakhouse, but maybe you can. Look, just do that. Live, right? And I think we realize these things maybe a little bit more now because with COVID and all this going on right now, you can't just go to a concert or a comedy show or a basketball game, football game, the nightclub, whatever. So some of those things we kind of took for granted. Now we maybe have a little bit different perspective. So don't just aspire to make a living, aspire to live. Number 5, put God first in everything you do. I think that's extremely important. If you don't believe that there's a higher power than you will fall to your own arrogance. I've seen it. Now, I don't know what your faith system is, your belief system. For me personally, it's Jesus. I believe Jesus to be the Son of God. I believe Jesus to be my Savior, and I give him thanks in all that I do, and I encourage you to do the same. If you don't believe in Jesus, that is completely your prerogative, but whatever belief system you have, put faith in God and thanks to God in all that you do, okay? Number 6, help others. That's simple. Help others. No matter how small or how big, which one of us has never liked to be helped or had a little bit of assistance? It just makes you a better person. It just makes you feel good about yourself, makes other people feel good about you, right? And it just brings something to you in a whole different light, a whole different energy. Hold open a door. Offer to help somebody to maybe mow their grass or buy them a coffee. Help other people in a greater capacity without expecting to be paid back or reimbursed. It doesn't always cost money, right? But help others in whatever way you can. Family members, friends, maybe even strangers. You know, we complain about how the world can sometimes seem like a crappy place. And I don't necessarily even disagree with that. But what are we doing to make it a better place, right? At least our world, right? Number 7, life is not easy. Acknowledge that, know that, prepare for that, get your mind right, get your spirit right, get your body right. Know that it's not easy and allow yourself to just push through. Number 8, happiness is different than joy, and happiness is a choice. I've known people to make a great deal of money, and they're just still not happy. We've all met them. They're grumpy, they're cranky, they're just never happy. Like, wow, how is this possible? You got an $80,000 car, you got the nice job, you got the nice threads, the jewelry, the whole deal, and you're not happy. And then we know these other people, and some of us may have been or are these people, we just don't have a whole lot. And they just seem to be happy people. I mean, I've known people that they're eating corn out of a can once a day, working 2 jobs, and they're happy. They got a great attitude. They're always fun to joke with. Those are the people you want to be around, and that's the type of person you want to be, and know that happiness is a choice. So just choose to be happy. That doesn't mean ignore the problems and stresses you have in your life, but keep things in perspective, right? This too shall pass. Choose to be happy. Joy is a little bit different. I won't get into the detail, but joy to me is more of a situation of like when a child is born. You just joy. It's a joyous occasion. And so that's that. I'm going to get all in that. But number 8, happiness. Choose happiness. Number 9, define success for yourself. A lot of times we let society define what success is for us. You got to have this car, live in this neighborhood, go to these schools, get this degree, work here, that kind of thing. You define what success is for you, because some of the things that are important to you may not be important to nobody else. Success for you may be, sure, have the job to pay for whatever bills you have to pay for, but also having enough time to go fishing to go for walks, maybe to exercise at the gym. You define success for you, and then that's what you strive for. Don't worry about what Bobby and Tamika and everybody else got going on, right? Let them define success for them. Number 10, and I did a video on this, and this kind of sparked this, is take care of your mental health. Take care of your mental health. That means going to synagogue or church, reading, meditating, maybe just zoning out, listening to music, listening to other motivational speeches, reviewing this list, listening to positive music, TED Talks, sermons, whatever. Focus on your mental health. Focus on your mental health. I would also add in there, don't destroy your mind, right? You know, a lot of people in this day and age, everybody wants to party. You know, weed is legal everywhere. People drink all the time. Certain places like even mushrooms are decriminalized. Just a whole lot of things like that. But keep your mind right. Keep focused, right? If you do use any of those things, obviously it's your choice. But if you use any of those things, I would say in moderation, balance. If you're stoned or drunk all the time, right? Self-explanatory. This is not beneficial for you or the people around you. And if you don't believe that, go to any AA meeting and talk to some of those people. They'll let you know. Number 11, keep learning. All that you need to know, I assure you, you currently don't know. Keep learning. Whatever that means. If it's learning new skills, how to crochet, woodworking, working on the car, whatever it is, keep learning. Learn about other people. Learn about other cultures. Whatever subjects you may like. I got a buddy of mine that loves math, and like in his recreational time, he's like doing math equations and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, hey, he keeps learning. So I encourage everybody to do that because you never know where that's going to take you. Try something new. You know, one of the reasons, number 12, try something new. One of the reasons why I'm even doing YouTube, right, is, I don't know, I just enjoy it. I used to try to make music, and, I had street dreams and kind of wanted to rap and do all this. And, I got about 12 songs out. I've posted a couple of them on there. But look, hey, I just wasn't good at it. And that's okay. It didn't define me. I gave it a shot. But I still have this urge to have this creative outlet and do things. And so here I am on YouTube, trying something different. And look, if I didn't enjoy this, and if it just completely sucked, and if it was too difficult to upload videos, I just wouldn't do it, and I'd find something else. But try something new. I don't like camping. I'm supposed to be going camping soon. I haven't done it since I was a kid, but I got friends that really want to do it. My wife really loves doing it, so let's do it. And we're going to go to a cabin or something or whatever, which I've never been to. Never even been to this particular area. Never actually stayed in a cabin either. So just trying something different. Give it a shot. Let's see what happens. So try different things. Try different foods. Right? You only get this one life, so get it in. Right? Number 13. Stay positive. Right? Attitude determines altitude. Have a good attitude. We've seen those people where it's just negative Nancy's, where it's just like, oh my gosh, it gets to the point where you don't even want to hang out with those people because you're like, my man, like everything is always somehow negative with some of these people, and there's no need to do that. So don't you become that person. Stay positive. Stay positive. And in staying positive, we're right here at number 14. I know I said these were in no particular order, but seemingly seems like they're kind of falling in order. Number 14, have patience. Things take time. Achieving those goals, fulfilling those dreams, getting to where you want to be, you got to be patient. You got to be patient with yourself. If you're trying to gain weight, be patient. If you're trying to lose weight, be patient. If you're following some of the things that I said prior, for instance, with the self-discipline and the consistency, have patience. It'll come. It will come. So be patient. And be patient with other people, and be patient with yourself. Number 15 kind of goes back to something I said earlier. Pray. Pray. Meditate. Be grateful. Be thankful. Be appreciative. But pray. Okay? 16. Find your purpose. I think even one step before that. Know that you have purpose. You were put here on this earth for a reason. I don't know what it is. Maybe you don't know what it is. I know what my purpose is. I'm not going to 100% share it right now because that's going to be another video. But find your purpose, know your purpose, pursue your purpose. Some of us have huge purposes and huge platforms, and some of us not so much. But if your purpose is just to help old people on your block, don't minimize that. That's a big deal, specifically for those people on your block, right? So don't minimize your purpose either. Find your purpose, fulfill your purpose. 17, have passion. Have passion. Let that passion be your energy to be the best you that you can be. Find out what it is you like. You know, I asked a guy the other day, like, what do you like to do? And he was like, oh, like, that's crazy to me. Like, I didn't say that you were good at it. Just what do you like to do? I already said that. I already shared with you that I wanted to, and I love music, and I wanted to rap, and I wanted to do all these things. I wasn't good at it, but that doesn't mean that I can't have a passion for it. So kind of get a little clarity there. What is your passion for? If you like to draw, it doesn't matter if you're a great artist. Are you passionate about drawing? Do that. Passionate about reading, or passionate about writing, or whatever, then do that. Follow your passion and be passionate. Whatever you're going to put your hand to, even if it's just work, be passionate about your work. If you're going to sign your name to something, yeah, I work here, I take care of this, then do it to the best of your abilities, right? Be the superstar to the best of your abilities at it. Number 18, be productive. Look, this is one that I absolutely, to this day, I still, even though I pulled this out of the spirals a long time ago, this is one to this day I still have to constantly tell myself in the mirror, be productive, or in my head, be productive. No matter how big or small, even if you're taking small steps forward, still steps forward, right? Every move forward isn't always a huge leap. Be productive in your personal life, at work, so on and so forth. This doesn't mean you can't rest sometimes, but be productive. Don't rest all the time. Don't play video games all the time. Don't be on YouTube all the time, right? The irony. Be productive. 19. We're almost done, folks. Almost done. Got 2 more. Number 19. And I kind of alluded to it before. Just be the best you that you can be. Maybe the best that you are at any given thing isn't as good or better than somebody else. That's okay. It's you. You focus on you. Be the best you that you can be. And if that's what's happening and you're giving it your all, and it just is what it is. All of us can't be Denzel. All of us can't be Will Smith. All of us can't be LeBron James. All of us can't be Michael Jordan. Even if you're giving it your best. And that's okay. But be the best you that you can be. And it's really that simple. Now with all that, and I did purposely put this on last, know this. A lot of people put stress on us. A lot of people, there's givers and takers in life. And a lot of people want to just take and take and take, and they drain you. And we rationalize in our minds why it's okay for us to be so beaten down for the sake or benefit of other people, right? And there's a time and place for that. It's different if you're sacrificing for your family and that kind of thing, because there's a goal there, and the end goal is that it's not always going to be that way, and you're lifting them up, right? That's different than what I'm talking about. But know this: you are not responsible for irresponsible people. You want to, all this that I've said, you want to help people and do that. But if they're taking advantage of you and they're not even trying to help themselves, don't own that. Let go and let God. Give them this list of 20 and let it be what it is. Don't do so much for other people to where it breaks you down completely. Because if it breaks you down completely and you give all that you have, then you don't have anything to give to yourself, and you don't have anything to give to other people, and then those types of people will just find somebody else to drain. Didn't want to end it on that one, but it's true. So number 20, you are not responsible for irresponsible people. You be responsible for you. Be the best you that you can be, and do what it do that way. taking a little bit of a time. I appreciate you being on the channel. This is Mr. Kelly with Good to the Hood. And until next time, peace.